Gardening is a rewarding experience. There's something truly magical about sowing seeds, nurturing plants, and witnessing their growth. The vibrant colors, the fresh scents, and the bounty of fresh produce bring joy to any gardener's heart. However, this idyllic setting can be disrupted by unwelcome guests, garden pests. These tiny creatures, though seemingly insignificant, can wreak havoc on your plants and compromise your gardening efforts. From aphids that suck the sap out of tender leaves to slugs that munch on your prized lettuce, garden pests can be a source of frustration for gardeners of all levels. But don't despair. Understanding the types of pests that frequent your garden and learning how to manage them is key to maintaining a healthy and thriving garden. Imagine stepping into your garden, only to find your once thriving roses stripped bare by a colony of aphids, or discovering your carefully nurtured tomatoes riddled with holes, courtesy of hungry caterpillars. By understanding the life cycles, feeding habits, and vulnerabilities of common garden pests, you can implement targeted strategies to keep their populations in check. So let's delve into the fascinating world of garden pests and discover how to coexist peacefully with these tiny creatures while safeguarding the beauty and bounty of our gardens. Aphids, those tiny pear-shaped insects, are a common sight in gardens. They come in various colors, from green and black to yellow and pink, often blending in with the foliage they infest. Aphids are particularly fond of tender new growth and congregate in large numbers on the undersides of leaves and along plant stems. These sap-sucking insects use their piercing mouth parts to extract nutrients from plants, causing leaves to curl, wilt, and become distorted. As they feed, aphids excrete a sticky substance called honeydew, which attracts ants and can lead to the growth of sooty mold, a black fungal growth that further damages the plants. Look for clusters of these tiny insects on the undersides of leaves, along stems, and on flower buds. Infested plants may exhibit stunted growth, curled or distorted leaves, and a sticky residue on the leaves and stems. Early intervention can prevent widespread infestations and minimize damage to your precious plants. Slugs and snails, those slimy, shellless creatures, are notorious garden pests that can decimate seedlings and devour leaves, leaving behind unsightly holes and silvery trails of slime. These nocturnal feeders are particularly active during cool, moist conditions and seek shelter during the day in dark, damp places. Slugs and snails are easily identifiable by their soft, unsegmented bodies and the telltale slime trails they leave behind. Slugs lack an external shell, while snails carry their spiral-shaped shells on their backs. These pests are attracted to a wide variety of plants, including vegetables, fruits, flowers, and even decaying plant matter. Seedlings are particularly vulnerable to these voracious eaters and can be completely devoured overnight. Controlling slugs and snails involves a multi-pronged approach that includes reducing hiding places, hand-picking, and using barriers or traps. Creating a less hospitable environment for these pests can significantly reduce their numbers and protect your plants. Caterpillars, the larval stage of butterflies and moths, are voracious eaters with an insatiable appetite for foliage. These soft-bodied creatures come in a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes, often camouflaging themselves among the leaves they consume. Identifying caterpillars can be tricky, as their appearance varies greatly, depending on the species. However, most caterpillars share some common characteristics, such as a segmented body with 3 pairs of true legs near the head and fleshy prolegs along the abdomen. They typically have chewing mouthparts that leave behind noticeable holes in leaves. Some species, like the tomato hornworm, are particularly destructive and can decimate entire plants in a short amount of time. Early detection is key to preventing widespread infestations and minimizing damage to your plants. While it's easy to focus on the pests that plague our gardens, it's equally important to recognize and appreciate the beneficial insects that play a crucial role in maintaining a healthy ecosystem. These tiny creatures are our allies in the garden, helping to control pest populations naturally and pollinate our plants. Ladybugs, with their bright red or orange shells and black spots, are perhaps the most recognizable beneficial insects. Both adults and larvae are voracious predators of aphids, mites, and other soft-bodied pests. Lacewings, with their delicate translucent wings and golden eyes, are another valuable ally. Their larvae, known as aphid lions, are ferocious predators of aphids, whiteflies, and other small insects. Praying mantises, with their distinctive upright posture and powerful forelegs, are masters of disguise and ambush predators. Attracting and supporting these beneficial insects is essential for maintaining a healthy garden ecosystem. Protecting your garden from pests doesn't require resorting to harsh chemicals that can harm beneficial insects, pollute the environment, and compromise the health of your soil. Organic pest control methods offer effective and environmentally friendly solutions for managing pest populations and maintaining a balanced ecosystem. Creating a healthy garden environment that is less hospitable to pests is the first line of defense. This includes choosing resistant varieties, rotating crops, providing adequate spacing for air circulation, and practicing good sanitation by removing plant debris that can harbor pests and diseases. Organic pest control methods focus on using natural substances and techniques to deter, control, and eliminate pests. By adopting organic pest control practices, you can protect your plants, preserve the health of your garden ecosystem, and enjoy the fruits of your labor without compromising the environment. Nature has its own way of keeping pest populations in check, and one of the most effective methods is through natural predators. These beneficial insects, birds, and other creatures are your allies in the garden, helping to maintain a healthy balance and control pest populations. Attract these natural predators to your garden by providing them with food, water, and shelter. Plant a diversity of flowering plants to attract beneficial insects like ladybugs, lacewings, and parasitic wasps. Provide a water source, such as a shallow dish or bird bath, to attract birds, frogs, and toads. Create shelter for beneficial insects by leaving some areas of your garden undisturbed, such as piles of leaves, brush, or rocks. By creating a welcoming environment for natural predators, you can harness the power of nature to control pests and maintain a healthy garden ecosystem. Section 8. Homemade remedies. Protecting your plants the natural way. You don't need to rely on expensive, store-bought pesticides to protect your plants from pests. Many effective pest control solutions can be made at home using simple, readily available ingredients. These homemade remedies are not only cost-effective but also environmentally friendly and safe for beneficial insects. One of the simplest and most effective homemade pest control solutions is insecticidal soap. This solution, made by mixing water with a small amount of mild soap, effectively controls soft-bodied insects like aphids, mites, and whiteflies. Another versatile homemade remedy is neem oil, extracted from the seeds of the neem tree. Neem oil acts as a natural insecticide, fungicide, and miticide, effectively controlling a wide range of pests and diseases. Garlic spray is another potent homemade insecticide that can be used to deter and control a variety of pests, including aphids, mites, whiteflies, and caterpillars. Section 9. Companion planting, a natural pest control strategy. Companion planting, the practice of growing different plants together for mutual benefit, is a time-tested gardening technique that can help deter pests, attract beneficial insects, and improve soil fertility. By strategically choosing plant combinations, you can create a more diverse and resilient garden ecosystem. One classic example of companion planting for pest control is pairing tomatoes with basil. Basil repels tomato hornworms, whiteflies, and aphids, while also improving the flavor of the tomatoes. Marigolds, with their strong scent, are known to deter a wide range of pests, including nematodes, aphids, and whiteflies. When planning your garden, consider incorporating companion planting techniques to create a more balanced and pest-resistant ecosystem. Section 10. Preventive measures. Stopping pests before they strike. Preventing pest problems from arising in the first place is always easier than trying to control an infestation after it has taken hold. By implementing some simple preventive measures, you can create a less hospitable environment for pests and minimize the likelihood of an outbreak. One of the most effective preventive measures is to choose resistant varieties whenever possible. Many plant varieties have been bred to resist specific pests or diseases. Rotating crops from year to year can help to interrupt the life cycles of pests that overwinter in the soil. By planting different crops in different locations each year, you can prevent pest populations from building up in the soil. Practicing good sanitation is essential for preventing pest and disease problems. Section 11. The rewards of a healthy garden ecosystem. Creating a healthy garden ecosystem is about more than just growing plants. It's about fostering a balanced and thriving community of organisms that work together to support life. One of the most rewarding aspects of a healthy garden ecosystem is the abundance of life it attracts. From the smallest insects to the flitting wings of birds, your garden becomes a haven for a diverse array of creatures, each playing a vital role in maintaining balance. A healthy garden ecosystem is also more resilient to pests and diseases. When you have a diversity of plants and a balance of beneficial insects, pests are less likely to get out of control. The sights, sounds, and scents of a healthy garden are a feast for the senses, a place of peace and tranquility, and a source of endless wonder and inspiration.